Welcome. There I am. Okay. Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming video podcast by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans, because I promise you we are Star Wars fans. Today we're continuing our review of Star Wars The Acolyte with Season 1, Episode 2, Revenge, Justice.
We're going to get these dual fucking titles for the whole series.
Yeah,
it seems so trite. They're like, oh, there's different perspectives, so we have to give different titles for.
Yeah, no, you don't. Just give us a show. That's fine. We get it. There's two of them.
What are your initial thoughts of this episode?
This one was a lot better.
That's funny. I thought this was worse.
Really?
Yeah.
So I didn't like the next Jedi that gets taken out. Like I do not understand the bad hair piece. Like, it's like they were like, we really like this young actor, but we should make him look old. So let's give him a Jack Torrance headpiece from The Shining and a really bad beard. And it'll be believable that he is a Jedi that's young but old. It's like, why? Why? With everything else going on practically, like all the aliens look, I mean, most of the aliens, like the clear non-humanoid aliens, look great.
Oh yeah, I should have brought that up in my favorite moments. There are some great look, like the fucking ramen bar alien.
Mm-hmm.
The actual aliens, they're all practical. They look great. That's Star Wars. I loved 100%. That.
Well, like the Nemodians from the first episode.
Yeah.
Great. Like at first I was like, why don't they sound the same? Why don't they have that accent? But then it's like, well, it doesn't matter. They don't need that accent.
Because of racism.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
It's so funny. Okay, Nemoidian. Maybe we could just have you talk like a normal person. Except for the girl Nemoidian. She was like way too excitable. Calm down. I can't understand what's happening. Like, simmer down, bitch. Like, calm down. It's just a
Jedi. He's not going to kill you. Fuck.
First of all, goddamn, we didn't even bring that aspect up in our first conversation. So this is the second episode, everyone. The Jedi came in hard and strong. Yord came in. He was like, I'm going to rip this information out from your fucking head, loser alien. And they were like, no, we'll tell you the truth. Oh, don't hurt us. Like, the Jedi are clearly the bad guys in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're 100% set up as being the bad guys. And as soon as we are introduced to them, they're like, it's like that insurance commercial, Emu and Doug. Like, they're all Doug. Every single Jedi is Doug. And you're just like, well, where's the emu? Because that would make it cool. Without the emu, Doug is just a fucking asshole with a mustache. And that's every Jedi in this. They're just an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Give me a fucking emu already. I love those commercials.
That's all we want.
I love those commercials.
Just emu.
Emus are dope.
Yeah.
My initial thoughts of this were, what's on my phone? I don't have social media either. This is the worst part. Most people, when they grab their phone, they go to like some social media platform and they like scroll through posts and get entertained. Me, I look at like, oh, what are my stats on my YouTube channel no one watches? 3 today. Woo! That's great. Like, it's just self-hatred. Yeah, it's just me hating my life. And that's more interesting to me than this show was. And I was like, I should probably watch the show that I'm going to have to talk about. Fuck this episode, man.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, I liked it a little bit more, but I fell asleep. I mean, granted, I was also like last night. It was 2 a.m. I was very drunk, very high, and I was not. I should have been in bed.
Was rough, yeah.
A couple hours before I was in bed. Mm-hmm. So I can't completely blame the episode for me falling asleep, but it didn't help me stay awake.
Last night I was like, I'm definitely going to give it to my girl.
Oh, yeah, you were convinced.
This is going to happen to me. I'm going to win this. And let's just say I gave it a shot.
Oh.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yep, that's all we need to know.
So this is Revenge Justice, directed by Leslie Henlon, Written by Jason McClellan and Shamola DeGrate.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is how I pronounce their names, because they're totally easy names to pronounce. And it premiered as the exact same time as the other ones. And this is where we really get a showcase that May, the bad twin, is going after the Jedi that split her from the good twin.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that the twins don't know each other live. Mm-hmm. And so it's one twin learning that the other twin exists and then struggling. And then the other twin learning that the other twin exists and then going, And that's like the whole setup.
Dude, it was so stupid. Like that dreamlike sequence. Like, I get that she was unconscious, but it was so fucking dumb.
What are you talking about? Unconscious?
Like when she was knocked the fuck out.
Oh, from the crash, the ship crash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was just...
I actually didn't mind that part.
I didn't like it.
It
felt out of place for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the idea that you get... First of all, there's nothing that explains that could happen between the two. If they're not actively aware... If May would have been aware that Osha existed, that would have made sense. Mm-hmm. Because she's projecting her memory onto her twin, saying, no, I'm here, and I'm coming to liberate you from the Jedi. Or something like to that effect. That would have made perfect sense. But they don't know each other exist. And so the whole time I'm like, is this just like another Rey like sensing a lightsaber thing from Force Awakens? Like, this doesn't make any sense at all. But I kind of like the idea of like twins connecting, like in a dream sequence. Like, they're not intentionally reaching out to each other. There's just like this bond that breaks all scientific logical barriers, and they're just like you are connected to me, I am with you. And they have this little rhyme they do, which was kind of cute, what little girls would do. They'd make up as little kids, like at a fucking lemonade stand or something. There's something cute about it that I dug, but it didn't make any logical sense.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. Kids don't make sense either, so fuck them.
Yeah, kids really don't.
We should probably stop having them as
a good
species.
Idea. I agree wholeheartedly.
Just have insects from now on. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so we got a little bit deeper dive. We got May going in, and we learned that there is this sort of amorphous figure that we saw talking in the end of the previous episode that is ruling sort of May's world, teaching her how to fight and everything. But there's also this second person, the poison guy that sort of infiltrated his way into this little like fucking poisonous apothecary. I don't know what the fuck that place is. And then he's like also like working with that same Sith guy, and like together they're like the underlings trying to like show that they deserve to be bad guys. It's making a lot of suggestions that they're like apprentices. Mm-hmm. But it's not like explaining anything, which is...
Then I feel like it's probably going to turn out that he's the bad guy.
Oh, no.
I really think that's what it's going to be.
I fucking hope not.
It's going to be the whole Sauron shit all over again from the Ring of Power.
Oh. First of all, that would... Oh, no. Let's not do... I don't want to do that. That would be the fucking worst choice ever.
Dude, I honestly... I was talking to a friend about it, and she put that in my head, and now that's all I can think, and it's like, I think that's probably what's going to be.
We need to get together with your friend. We need to hire a black woman to just bitch slap her, because that cannot be a thing. I don't want that to be a thing. That's stupid. Fuck me. That's going to be it. That's going to be the whole thing. Fuck. If that's really the fucking bad guy, I'm going to lose my shit. I won't. I will write a sternly worded letter.
I don't believe you, Adam. Challenge.
And I will read it on air.
I fucking hope so. I've never wanted something so bad.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, fuck. What if he's the bad guy? This fucking bumbling, drunk-ass idiot who apparently is really great at making poisons.
Yeah, poison that she provided, mind you. Like, oh, I just so happen to have this really toxic plant from my planet.
Fuck me.
Here, why don't you put this in something and it'll turn okay, I'm going to talk shit on it, but I did like that scene. I didn't like anything else, but actually seeing the poison transform, that was cool shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, anytime you get
I guess because we're nerds, we're just like, science.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, because it's practically done. Like, that's the thing. That is how they keep people like us, is they do shit like that. It is really cool. And it's like, well, they might do something else like that. I guess I'll stick around.
Yeah. Yeah, they got us like that. Damn it.
Bastards.
Fuck you people. I had such a hard time with this episode. Everything about it sucked, in my opinion. Everything about it. Like, the last episode had open fire in space. Like, and not just quickly.
I can justify that. I can justify that.
How?
Because oxygen is escaping.
No, that was like persistent until she put it out. It wasn't like zoop.
I mean, I can suspend logic enough to kind of accept that. Now,
I need to hire that same black woman to smack you.
You do. Absolutely. The thing I don't accept is that fucking blast shield that she was using to cover her eyes while she was welding. I'm sorry, but you're going to burn your fucking retinas putting on a pair of safety goggles.
Everything about this is dumb. It was just an excuse for her to make fun of a fucking dude. Like, that was the whole sequence. And to get that flashback of staring at fire like, my sister.
Yeah, it's like, is that what happens every time she sees fire? Oh,
holy fuck.
That's how my family died.
Every single thing in this show made me think of, like, different scenes. Every time someone, like the Master Saul said sister, in my head, I heard James Earl Jones, sister, you have a sister. And now you have betrayed her too. And then it just reminds me how bad this is in comparison to that.
Yeah.
What was it? Are you okay? Are you safe?
I
blink if you're unsafe. What's off camera?
I have no fucking idea. Either my wife is doing something or someone's breaking into my house.
Oh my gosh, someone call the police.
And it sucks because I'm all out of beer.
That's the real travesty.
That is the real
travesty. You can get robbed, but you need a beer in your hand at least.
Exactly.
Oh, man. No, everything about this reminded me of other things. Like, even Saul mentioning faith, instantly, in my fucked up brain, George Michael, I Gotta Have Faith, starts singing. First of all, he looked great in that music video.
Yeah,
those
100%.
Fucking boots, those jeans, the jean jacket.
Yeah, no, everybody wanted to look like that.
That fucking earring. Oh, my gosh. And I just want to sing it right now, and I'm not going to, but I really want to. Well, I even liked the... Stop it! Stop it!
I know not everybody.
What was that shitty band that did the cover of it?
Limp Bizkit.
Even that was dope.
That, I will admit, was actually pretty fucking cool.
Just because. That's when everyone thought George Michael was straight. They're like, he's a catch. Women really love him. We're like, he's the new Liberace. He's a renegade. He's a womanizer.
Yeah.
like the least. All right, anyway. All right, so I want to fuck George Michael. This is what I'm saying. Please let it happen. I've gone to fucking bathroom after bathroom. He's never been there at every truck stop that I've ever gone to. All right, so this was a weird episode. It was just like following around Jedi that I don't give a fuck about. And then me staring at a fucking fat Jedi going, you are morbidly obese. There is no way you survived fucking Jedi training.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. I mean, maybe that's why he's there, because he's such a fucking failure as a Jedi that he got put on a backwater planet. That's the only thing I can think, because...
That would be wonderful.
As a...
You are not even the same realm of that dude.
What's that?
You are not the same realm of that dude.
No, but the thing is, it's like, you're a devotee of a religious faith.
Yeah.
So much so that you're essentially like a priest or something.
Right.
That means you're going to be told what to wear, what to eat, when to sleep. Like, you are not your own person. Therefore, you're not going to be a fucking fat guy.
Yeah.
Like, unless you are fucking up.
I'm
So
sorry.
it just doesn't make sense.
I feel shitty right now because I thought you were going to do some self-deprecating something, and I wanted to fucking
That's why I was
squash
confused.
it.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm talking
so
shit on this
sorry.
guy.
I totally thought you were just going to do some self-deprecating shit, but no.
Oh no! Here's the thing. I would make the perfect Sith. Like, it makes sense because it's all about indulgence and control and all that shit. It's like, I'm indulging in food because I like it. It makes sense. But as a Jedi, like a selfless, somebody that denies themselves the realities of what makes life worth living to attain this peace with the force that runs through everything, like, you're not going to be fat. Like, come on. Unless your species is specifically built like that, you're not going to look like that. Like, genetics be damned.
The whole thing about it, I was thinking of The Office and that fucking accountant dude. Dude, whole time.
I would be totally cool with seeing Kevin as a fucking Jedi.
that was an Islander version of Kevin as a Jedi. 100%.
Oh, he's so good.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
Just watch him dump a bowl of fucking chili.
Why is every dude in this show, like, suck? Why does every single one of them suck? They're either fucking stupid or they just follow some, like, ridiculous ideology that makes no logical sense, like in Saul, like, I have to find the twin. I have to repair this damage. You didn't fucking do this. Like, you were just following your fucking order. This isn't on you, dude.
That's the shit that I don't get. Is it's like there's such a hang up on what they did in the past. And it's like, one, that's very un-Jedi to have hang-ups on anything.
Yeah, attachment.
And two, you are literally a soldier. You follow orders. That is it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It drove me nuts. This whole episode just sort of like, if the first episode was a setup of like sort of girl bossy, like I'm the badass. And then we realize that there's two badasses because they're twins. So they have to both be exactly the same because that's the world we live in. This one was, no, we're just doubling down that every guy sucks. Like, there's not one guy that is effective in this whole. And look, I get it. We're dumb. I'm one of them. I know firsthand that guys are fucking dumb. You don't have to tell me.
I've read the Lucifer, or Lucifer's principle, or right? That's what it is. The Lucifer principle. Whatever. I get it. Men are pointless. I agree. Like,
if we were frogs instead of humans, they wouldn't need us ever. They would just naturally evolve to be able to fucking have kids without us. I get it. We suck. But at least, like, make it believable. Like, they would not be a master or they would not be a Jedi Knight if they were not somehow effective and intelligent. Right? Like, how is it possible that every fucking dude who is of whatever stature is as dumb as every other fucking dude?
Well, I mean, that makes sense, though. Like, I mean, that's kind of just any sort of organization. Like, the idiots end up taking over and then produce more idiots. So I can believe that bit.
I feel like Leslie Henlin is just projecting her whole career. She's like, I worked for a sex offender and a fucking rapist. And I need to now qualify that by making every dude and everything I do suck.
Well, so the hard part for me with this was it's like the one person they could have made not the same as everybody else was fucking the young Jack Torrance. Right. Like I loved the idea of him, essentially in meditation for 16 years because of the fact that something happened he didn't agree with, but this is all he knows. So that's the level of devotion that he's going to focus on being one with the Force. Yeah. And I love the idea of what his perspective of everything would be in that, stasis. Like he's, it's like a waking dream. At least this is how it was going in my head. I was very stoned. So whatever. Probably thought way too into it, but it's like, I love that idea of, he's stopping her, not because he wants to live, but because he wants to figure out what the next move is. And he's not quite to that point. And just the idea that like the knives, the fists, all that shit, it's just stopping, like dead stopping, and he's not twitching at all. So it's almost like he's not actually in his body. He is outside of his body watching this and stopping this. And then as soon as the poison gets sat down, like that vial, that's when things change. And that's when he's like, oh, okay, whatever. And it's like, I liked that. It was stupid, but I did kind of like that.
Do you want to know what I thought?
That it was terrible?
I thought it was the beginning of When Nature Calls, the Pet Detective. When he was like, this was like 100% Pet Detective. 100%.
I can see that now, and I like it.
Which makes it better than it actually was.
Yeah.
Which isn't fair, because the second Pet Detective
take
was
my
so
medal.
much better.
I don't like it.
It's hilarious. We've never reviewed that film, ever.
Here's the review. It's the greatest movie ever made.
It's hilarious.
Done.
It's pretty hot in those
the rhinoceros
rhinos.
scene. Oh my god! Like I cannot have a drink in my hand when I'm watching that movie because I will project that out of my nose.
It's so
the
good.
second he starts going.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so good.
I love that I can call out. I was over at Cameron's house and we were watching a film, and I threw out a Finkel's Einhorn reference, and he fucking got it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I grew up on that shit.
Like, and that's not number 2. That's number 1. But I'm just saying, like, we've talked about number 2. We've never reviewed either of them, which we should.
We need to change that, definitely.
Like, we should definitely watch it and then review it on camera, because no one would want to see it. There's more reason to do it.
Right.
All right. Anyway, that's what I was thinking of. Like, this dude just like, I was just seeing fucking Jim Carrey as Ace Ventura like the whole time. I was like, why do you look so fucking weird? And goddamn, this guy's ugly. And why do they have like this worst looking? Why is every guy suck? In this
I mean that's
show?
kind of what this all boils down to: is why does every guy suck?
Like, most guys suck. I don't like dude bros. I hate them. But there are intelligent males amongst the species.
There are definitely one or two out there. Yeah.
Fucking Oppenheimer, for fuck's sake. I mean, there's a couple. I'm not one. I'm not pretending to be one.
I'm definitely not
but
one.
there are them amongst us. Can there not be one on a show that's effective or smart or intellectual in any possible fucking capacity? Does every lesbian fucking project has to be like fucking anti-male? Because all you're doing is not telling a fucking narrative, not setting a fucking stage. You're showing how bitter you are. That's all this comes off as to me. This is a lesbian who is bitter about men because she worked under a fucking rapist, and so she made a Star Wars property for a fucking lot of money so she could pad her fucking panty liners and just talk shit about dudes who, yes, in her experience, are fucking sexual predators and rapists. But that's not all of us. I mean, most of us aspire to be, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, we need the money first. Fuck.
We need the power and influence first, and then we'll get there. No, I hate it so much because it looks like it's a political statement rather than a sci-fi fantasy show. Mm-hmm. And Star Wars is fantasy.
Subtext.
It's supposed to be, yeah. To your point in the last episode.
Why?
It drives me nuts.
Frustrating. Yeah.
So they go to look after this. First of all, okay, here's the deal. You absconded this OSHA girl because she was supposed to be a murderer. As soon as you realize she wasn't a murderer, first of all, you're not police. You're the Jedi. You have no rights to hold her against her will. That is very much a Sith thing to do, to hold someone against their will. And yet you're like, you're coming with me. You're going to do what I say. I am the police of this world. What are you, America? It's like, that's what we do. That's not what the Jedi do. We're the fucking world police. Damn it. Now I'm just seeing the claymation world police.
Fuck yeah.
America. I don't know, man. The whole show seems like it's like a statement rather than an enjoyable narrative. I don't know.
Yeah, I really hope it changes and we actually get something like, I wonder how long this series is going to be, because ultimately she's going after 4 Jedi that wronged her.
Yeah.
2 of them are dead.
That
one
wronged
she killed.
Her?
What's that?
Question mark.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't been told anything. Like, we don't know.
So it's like, we've got 2 more that she needs to take out.
And Saul is one of them.
Yeah, it's like, where's this gonna go? Do we get anything other than just fluff? Like, that's all it's really been. Like, we're not getting backstories. We're not getting really very much. It's just
nothing.
Do you
know how many episodes there are?
No, that's the thing, because I
see 8 so far in Wikipedia. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but let's say, just for argument's sake, there's 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
In the first 2, we were shown every secret, except for who is the Sith. In which case, at this point, I don't give a fuck, because they have no bearing on anything. Like, I have no investment in this douchebag. Like, fuck him. He means nothing to me. If they pull out a Darth Bane, if this ends up being some bullshit Darth Bane thing, I'm going to lose my mind, because Darth Bane's story is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better than this. And he's like 1,000 years before this.
Yeah.
Like 700 years before this.
Many, many, many years. and he died.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
I know. God, that's one of the worst fucking cliffhangers of all time.
Oh, I thought it was great.
Well, that's why it was great, was because it's so bad, because it's like, I want to fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a good fucking book. That was 2 books, right? Or was it 3?
It was 3.
It was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Rule of 2 in 3 books. It was great, though. I loved it. Hey, Joe. Thanks for turning in. Better not touch Bane unless they off the books. Yeah, I'm not sure I even want... I don't want Bane at all. Like,
no, because the thing is, they don't do it right. Like, we've already had Bane on camera, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like, that wasn't Bane at all.
It was weird. It was cool because it was, like, very Jedi Knight, the video game. Like, you sort of see, like, some sort of spirit, and from the comics, too. Sort of spirit of an ancient Sith and stuff. That's very old school, Old Republic, Star Wars type stuff. And I've always loved that.
Yeah.
But to see the like physical appearance of him was not Bane. And it was odd. He's sort of like out of nowhere. But if someone was going to meet him, Yoda, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't want any Sith I know of to be the dude with the fucking like grin mask.
Yeah,
I don't particularly not like the grin mask. It's just like, no, I don't want to know it.
It needs to be someone else. Yeah, it needs to be someone fucking new.
Yeah. If it's that fucking apothecary guy, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be 100% pissed.
I honestly think it will be.
There's no way it's that dude. That dude's an asshole fucking like shit heel. He's like tripping over, eating fucking, like throwing away his wrapper in someone else's bag. Like, fuck that dude.
It reminds me of that one cult trafficking guy that was the Flash. Ezra Miller. That's what he reminds me of.
Really? Wow.
So I don't like him at all.
That guy was pretty shitty.
Yeah. Like, even before I found out about him as a real person, like, I just didn't like him, period. I think he's a terrible, terrible actor. And that's what that guy reminds me of.
I mean, he's the exception that proves the rule. Him and P. Diddy. That we, as a gender, we don't have the best track record.
Yeah.
But we're not all like that.
Nope.
Like, there are exceptions to the rule, people. For fuck's sake, we're not all fucking losers. Ugh. We just all try to be.
Yeah, exactly.
We all try to be Michael Scotts. Before you got to that party last night, I was having like a genuine, like, sort of existential moment, trying to communicate to everyone there, like, will you please tell me, am I Michael Scott? Like, I feel like a Michael Scott type character, like a human being. I'm like a fuck up that I make. Like, is the only reason people like to hang out with me, the few that do, because I'm a Michael Scott type? Is that who I am? Like, because I don't.
God,
like,
I wish we got there earlier. Fuck.
That's really how I feel. Like, even right now, for fuck's sake. All right, so I don't know, man. I hated the fucking Samoan Jedi dude. It made no sense. I hated the fucking wacky fucking poison guy who likes to drink a lot, because that was a little too much like me. I hated the fucking fact that you had this fucking pet detective fucking meditating until she showed up with poison. And he was like, I will stop now. You deserve this. And he fucking kills himself. Like, if they don't show something that these Jedi did that was so bad that it caused a Jedi to fucking just ignore all of life from that moment on to just end up killing himself because it was so horrible, well, then fuck you, because none of it makes sense then.
Yeah, no, it'll be utter bullshit if we don't ever actually find out what happened.
I actually know a little bit about what's going to come because I watched someone else who had seen the first 4 episodes, and they talked about the next episode being like people are going to freak out. You and I have had conversations multiple times, and I think we're on the same page with the idea that different cultures interpreting the Force in different ways is a cool thing. It's not a bad thing.
100%. That is
what's
reality.
Going to be presented in this next episode.
Cool. I'm very, very excited for that.
So I'm here for that. I don't mind that at all. That's
no, because
always
that's
been
the reality of it. Yeah. Like, I mean, again, you go back to like the legends. There's so many different aspects of different cultures using it differently, calling it different things, harnessing different aspects of it. Like, that's just reality. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and I like that. And I don't even mind if there's there was literally the whole idea of the fucking Amazons from Wonder Woman comics comes from real life. There was literally an island in Greece called Lesbos. That was like run by warrior women who were lesbians. Like, that's like an actual historical fucking fact. That's normal. That's life. So anyone who like freaks out that because this is also in the next episode, that there's like a culture of women who just exist together, that's reality. That exists in nature.
Well, and even like the idea of like a matriarchal society, like that's reality. That's something that is like a recent, in recent times was a reality. I mean, like, my people specifically, the Navajos, like, it was a matriarchal society. The women were and still are very much in charge. And it was just basically like the men were just kind of there. They made sure that you had children because, that's the only thing they're good for.
Yeah.
The women did everything. And the guys just went out and fucking hunted with flint knives just to show that they had big balls. That, like, it's something that's common. Like, it's
in my ancestry, in fucking after the Ice Age, when the people's starting populating the fucking UK area, like the Picts, the people like the Celts and the Picts themselves was a matriarchal society. They were the landowners. The females were the landowners. The men were the ones. Like it all came down. Like every generation was after the female line, not the male line. It took the Vikings to come in, populate, and create the Irish, which then created the Scottish that ended the whole Pict line. Like it's a thing in life.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people complain about it or argue that it's not fucking reality or that it's strange. Like, that's, it happens. It's real. Like, just fucking deal with it. If you're so pathetic that you can't see past your own fucking moment of experience to realize that life may have been different from this moment.
Yeah, right.
Like, you should not watch this show.
Idea.
I hate it when people bring too real stuff into, like, fantasy shows. And then judge it on those personal merits of your own perspective. Like, no, you have to look at reality. Like, we are a diverse fucking peoples here.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. All right. I don't know.
All that being said, there really wasn't much to this episode.
Yeah, we're a half an hour in. We haven't even talked about the episode.
I mean, we have. Like, basically, they're like, oh, someone broke into a Jedi temple and didn't do anything. We should investigate because it sounds awfully like the last assassination attempt.
Yeah, so they drag her in. Then, of course, May ends up killing the Jedi by providing him with an opportunity, with an out. And he takes the out. So he was murdered? Or he just committed suicide?
Yeah, it's like it's suicide. It's not fucking murder, goddammit.
But he apologized, so, fuck that white guy.
Yeah. And God damn it, I fucking hated that contact. Like, everything about that character design was just awful.
He looked horrible. Yeah. I didn't
Every
like
aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, even the scarring. Like, I have done better scarring in literally 2 minutes in the back of a fucking car on the way to an event.
Dude, when he was laying on the ground and it showed his eye with like a cut through it, his contact, It looked like clay. It looked like Night of the Demons. It was so cheesy and shitty.
No, I at least
worst.
like Night of the Demons.
That's true. I do actually. I will still jerk off to that film.
Hell yeah.
It's so
Hell
good.
yeah.
But it's shitty fucking costume design and everything.
There. Yeah, it just it was so frustrating.
No. It was fucking fuck this show. Like I'm an addict.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my name is Adam and I am an addict. I'm going to watch the next episode. I don't want to watch the next episode. I don't care about this story or the characters at all. I have no faith that this is going to be enjoyable in any way at all. And yet, I will still watch the next fucking episode.
Yep. And then the one after that. And then once it ends, we're going to be like, well, thank God that's over.
What the fuck is wrong with us? Like there's something happened in our life to make us just want to suck and just be in pain. Something. I don't know what it is.
Daddy issues.
Maybe it's women. Oh, it's definitely daddy issues. 100% it's daddy issues. Papa, can you hear me? I love that we were going in. We did like this weird seance one time.
Oh,
and
God.
like, not everyone went in seriously, but it ended up being like I didn't see it going that direction.
No, it went way, way more serious than I thought.
I thought we were gonna like have fun and laugh.
Yeah.
And, like, no,
and instead, at the end, we're all fucking crying. And then the best part is my wife at the end. It's like, well, why didn't you bring it up? Oh, well, because I wanted to talk to Ted Bundy, but I didn't think it was very, very safe when everybody else is trying to contact dead relatives. I was like, that's probably for the better that you didn't do that, God. I guess.
That was so funny. She was just gonna go in and have a good time, and we fucked it up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's she understood the assignments. The rest of us did not.
No, yeah, 100%. So I have no analogy to connect this to this show.
Yeah, I forgot where it was going. There was a through line there.
Did you have a favorite moment of this episode?
Yeah, man, like honestly, like as much as I didn't like the floating Jedi, I did like again the idea of him
floating Jedi
blocking the blows and all that shit, and not doing anything to actually like go on the offense, like just pure defense.
Yeah,
like I thought that was cool.
That was about it. I liked the sloppy drunk poison guy until you suggested that he's the bad guy, and now I can totally see it as shit writing, and I will fucking hate this show if that's what it ends up being.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling that's where it's going.
There's no way. That cannot
I hope
happen.
Not. I would love to be wrong.
I will seriously, this is like Last Jedi territory that we're getting into.
Well, okay,
if it's
so
that bad.
To play devil's advocate, I also said the same thing with the Ring of Power. I called it from the beginning, and then it happened, and I was all for it. So it's like, if it does play out that way, I just hope they stick the landing like the Rings of Power did. Even though, of course, like Rings of Power, upon further consideration, is just garbage.
Yeah.
Like completely shitting all over one of the greatest writers of all time.
Well,
I will fucking drive there right now and beat the shit out of you.
I think he's pretty overblown, personally. I enjoy his stuff. I'm just saying he's not the greatest of all time. F. Scott Fitzgerald is infinitely better than J.R.R. Tolkien. Fucking Mark Twain is infinitely better than fucking J.R.R. Tolkien.
Neither
because he created orcs?
Have ever made me feel the way that Tolkien has made me feel. I've read both. I like both. I agree they're fantastic. But Tolkien, it's my boy, man. It's my boy.
You're my boy, Blue!
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, I hope if they do go that route that they just stick the landing. Like, let's make it not terrible.
Absolute blasphemy.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. At least I'm going to assume
fuck all of you nerds. All right, there are some genuine American authors, not that limey needing dental plans bullshit authors. Fucking out there, dicks. With your nerdy ass fucking needing to brush your teeth fucking sensibilities. Stop drinking so much fucking tea with sugar. Maybe you won't look like fucking Austin Powers. Fuck's sake. Goddamn limey fucks. All right. Not that I care. I actually really do like J.R.R. Tolkien. I like George R.R. Martin.
I haven't read him yet. I've meant to, but I haven't.
He's good. I feel like... All right, it's a totally different discussion for a totally different day. All right, we need to end this thing because I got to go eat some food.
Yeah, it's way
least favorite. Do you have a least favorite?
I can't really say that I got a least favorite. Like I said, I liked this episode a lot more than I did the first episode.
Yeah.
At least initial viewing of it. Yeah, I can't really pick out anything that I didn't like that was that egregious that I'm like, fuck this. Other than the makeup. Like, the makeup was probably my least favorite.
Yeah. For me, it's the writing. I hated the writing in this episode. I hated everything about this episode. It really made me frustrated as a Star Wars fan to think that this was greenlit and approved. And I just don't understand. I can't wrap my head around. I get it after seeing Book of Boba Fett that you could pretty much do anything and they'll greenlight it. But I was just like, this makes no logical sense. None of this makes any logical sense. How is this possible? And yet, again, we already mentioned it. I'm going to keep watching it because I'm a fucking loser. All right, my hopes for the future, personally, is that it gets better. Is that they make sense with the writing choices, that they make sense with the bad guys, that they just fucking round that corner, and they were just teasing us at the beginning. Mm-hmm. What are your hopes?
Same. The exact same.
Okay.
Because, like, that's the frustrating thing is, as a Star Wars fan, I want to like this. I wish I could be like everybody else and just be like, well, it's something Star Wars, so it's great. Mm-hmm. I can't do that. Like, I have to have something good, which is ironic coming from me because I've got bad taste. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've watched Psycho Gorman. I have probably watched that movie more times than I've watched any Star Wars film.
That's a good horror film.
It is a great fucking movie.
It's fun,
but it's bad.
It's garbage. Yeah, it's garbage.
It's just so frustrating because it's like I wish I had that switch in my head where I could just turn it off and be like, "Hey, Star Wars, I like this." Yeah. Just give me something that's half decent. I don't even want you to reinvent the wheel. Just give me something that's okay.
Yeah. On one hand, I kind of envy those fans that have just like checked out. They're like, I'm not even going to bother anymore. It's just disappointment and I can't continue on. But on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but there's still like moments in all of the bad, horrible stuff. Like we saw Boba Fett on a Rancor. Like we're going to see some witches.
All we wanted from that show.
We saw a lizard fucking thing go up in his nose and get him high. Like, there's weird shit that is still kind of cool that happens even in the worst written Star Wars shit. So, like...
Signal from Sector 6 is the greatest example of that.
The Resistance was a garbage fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
But they gave us that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I envy those people a little bit, but then I'm just like, but there's these little moments. They're just like fucking fun and just dumb and just remind me of being a kid again. And you didn't need logic as a kid. You didn't need good story as a kid. I need that as a grown-up. But like young Adam, there's no Thundercat episode that was logical and good.
Excuse me?
There's no Gummy Bears episode that was just like, that was amazing. I didn't see that coming. Like, it's all fucking silly, stupid shit. That's all Star Wars is ever meant to be. And yet we try to take it seriously because we are now grown and we expect it to grow with us. But it's never been that. It's always been kiddie TV. We just need to fucking like simmer down and realize that it's not us. It's it. And just either watch it or get the fuck out.
See, my problem with that, though, is it's like there's still kid shit being put out that's solid. There's kid shit from back when we grew up that is still solid. Like there is logic to it. It might not be solid, but there's still something. It makes sense. And I swear with this shit, it's like they have a dartboard of ideas and they just fucking chuck them until they're out of darts, then go, okay, that's the story.
It's like a Mad Lib. They just
you know what? That's even better. That 100% that's what these are. They have blank scripts and they just fill in random things.
Yeah.
And then they shoot it. Oh, Chris, we've talked about the movies, the Ewok movies. We still have one more we need to discuss.
We will.
Yes, at some point. We were actually talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah. All right, people. Thank you guys for tuning in. I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, it's you got to get food. I got to get drunk.
It's 8:00, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
We started this 2 hours ago to talk about 2 fucking half-an-hour shows.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and sharing your thoughts. Let us know what you think about this particular series thus far. Knowing we have 6 more episodes to go, this is just the initial setup. Can it turn the corner? Is there anything that you can imagine that is going to change this if you didn't enjoy it to being wildly enjoyable? And alternatively, if you did enjoy this like thoroughly out the gate, is there anything they could do, like a decision to be made, that would make you not enjoy it? In either case, let us know in the comments below. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Remember, you can always become a YouTube member of the Infernal Brotherhood, which gives you, well, nothing. It actually takes 99 cents a month from you and puts it in our collective pockets, which, you know, we desperately need.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
cake and whiskey's not free.
It's true.
Just saying.
And then, of course, there's apparel that you can pick up, and you can dress like us. Google Gobble. One of
Hell
us.
yeah.
All right. Fuck you guys. May the force be with you.
Pip is also very flexible.
Oh, no. I actually really like Pip.
Yeah, same. I wanted to hate him.
I like droids. I can't help it.
It's always the case. I always want to hate new ones, and then immediately I'm like, oh, okay, I want to be your friend. Without fail.